Hey, two. Hey, one. Hey, two. Hey, three. Hey, four. Hey. Ho. Hey. Ho. Hey. Ho. Hey. Ho. Everybody get up. Ho. Hey. Ho. Hey. Ho. Hey. Ho. Everybody get up. Everybody get up. I said, everybody get up. Everybody get up. I said, everybody get up. Everybody get up. I said,
I know you want to dance with somebody.
I do want to dance with somebody. That somebody is you. Welcome to the dark side.
Hello, hello.
Thank you for sliding through. We have a special guest.
Lisa Young.
Lisa Young.
So happy to be here, lady.
Yes.
So happy to have you here with us.
I know. Today our topic is, oh my God, my hair.
I've never been a blonde before. Oh my God, guys.
And I grew my hair like 10 inches today. Anyway,
You
our
look
topic is
fabulous.
about hair and our topic is about hair and how we as women of color, black women particularly, how we have to navigate through the industry regarding our hair, our makeup, and sizeism. So before we get started, we're going to talk to Lisa. Lisa, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Where you from? Where you come from? What you do?
All
what
the
you say?
things, all the things.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Lisa Young. I have been acting since I was 5 years old.
What?
I mean, I played Miss French Fry. Which was sad because like I was Princess French Fry, but everybody else got to be like a real princess.
Oh.
And I was like, well, I got to be the French Fry. Oh, because you're the brown one. And I'm
Yeah.
not kidding. That's exactly what
That's
Is that what they said?
That was what they said
do.
to my little 6-year-old heart.
Oh,
So,
wow. Well,
yeah, this has been going on. It ain't started.
you know?
Continued acting throughout my high school years, got to college, took a break because of some health issues, and then I've been here in Colorado acting, I would say, for the past 10 years, and I've through that become an activist.
Yes.
Activist.
Oh,
I've been
elaborate on
Activist,
activist.
Activist. So I've had to use my position as a person within the industry to speak out on discriminatory practices, being the only black person in the room and nobody listening, talking about I call it all the isms and phobias.
Okay.
Because
There you
there's
go.
just a list, and I actually, in the last 3 months, I'm also on, should I mention the organization?
Yes, I want you to.
So
Yes,
for a
of
very
course.
long time, I've been a member of the Colorado Theater Guild, a board member, and we have the Henry Award, so I was very integral in reformulating the Henrys, rewriting the how the Henrys are run, how we do the matrix of it, I guess, the inner workings of judging, and then I have always been about, let's talk about diversity in theater. Let's talk about diversity on stage. Let's talk about diversity in decision making, leadership, all of those pieces that need to be, it's important. It's one thing if I'm just out here screaming in the wind saying these things are happening to me and no one's listening.
Right.
But once you have a platform where you can then go in and make change.
Yes.
And I mean serious change. So I'm a change agent.
Yeah.
So I created a group, it's called IDEAS, and
Yes.
it stands for Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Access on Stages. We are very brand new. This is something during the time of COVID. I kept getting all these, well, how are we going to get back in the theater safe? Hand sanitizer, taking temperature, moving chairs. Do you want somebody standing at the bathroom, letting one person in at a time? And I was like, well, what are we going to do to keep safe from discriminatory practices and the infrastructure of racism that has lived in American theater and entertainment, well, since the inception.
Absolutely.
So now what we're doing is it is a grassroots community effort where all of us, we will use our voice to hold each other accountable for the work of DEIA, which is diversity, equity, inclusion, and access. So that's what I'm doing.
Good. That sounds exciting. Aren't you doing a new project with some youth? Right.
Oh yes,
Yes, the most recent project that I happen to be a part of, and I'm super excited
I feel it's very important is that there just has not been pipelines. Okay, there has not been a way for like that young little Princess French Fry.
Yes.
You know, got those big stars in my eyes. I want to do acting. I want to be an actor. There's all this access for me. Well, now for me, when I was in school, there was access for me to do all of that through the arts department and drama club and all that. But now that we have, can we take this off?
You can take that off whenever you're ready.
All right,
I don't know how to do it because it's hot. It's hot. Woo, it's hot.
So I'm gonna take that's Coretta. She has to go off.
All right, Coretta, thank you for joining us.
Yes, Coretta will not be making another appearance tonight. So unfortunately, there's just really like no mentorship. There's not where you have people of privilege. Their parents put money behind them going to camps and acting and singing and dancing lessons. So when you are an adult and you walk into the professional theater or professional acting, you're prepared. So it was very interesting to me to have the young people who have been the lead of all of the Black Lives Matters protests, where you have young people who will, first of all, organize thousands of people to come out and take an action and use their voices. I thought that was very interesting. And then I found out that a lot of them were theater students, or art students, or artists in their own right, like rappers and singers and dancers.
Absolutely.
And they were creating content on all of the social media platforms. And I was like, I wonder if we could put together some of us seasoned actors who have been doing this for a while and draw out of them, just give them a mentorship program and draw out their voice and let them be outspoken. So the project that we're doing under Ideas is called Outspoken, and it is a listening project because not enough people are listening.
Right.
Yes.
So it's Outspoken, a listening project, and this first iteration, our debut, is called Youth Voices of the, I need to say that again. It's called Youth Voices of the BLM Revolution.
Nice.
And LaDios is one of our beautiful mentors, so we paired you with one of these.
Yes, she is amazing.
I
cannot wait. We got some
Activists.
stuff.
Nice.
Yes,
We got
some
these
good
activists,
stuff, so-
and that's going to debut in August. So
Beautiful.
please,
Beautiful.
please,
Yeah.
check that out. It's going to be on our website, so it'll be ideasstages.com. I believe that's right.
Okay.
We're still creating that, and then some other theater companies have partnered with us to, first of all, pay young people for their work.
Wonderful.
Because that's something that has
Yes.
been a problem. People want you to come do their shows. They don't want to
Sure.
pay you. They don't want to pay you for your time.
Right.
They don't pay you for your gas. And you're supposed to be in a 6-month or 6-week rehearsal process and then an 8-week run. And they want to say, well, here's $100 stipend. Thank you. That was just wonderful.
supposed to be it.
Wasn't that passionate and wonderful and feeling good? It was like, yeah, but I just paid to be in this because first of all, I had to pay for gas. Second of all, I had to buy my own makeup, get my own wigs. Sometimes costume myself, and that's just
And that's leading
That's
into
true.
what we're about to
Very
talk
true.
about because when we're talking about hair and makeup and sizeism, there's something that came to mind because when we had a discussion offline, I was like, I didn't think about sizeism, and I was like, oh my God, how you had brought that up, and I was like, that is challenging for just anybody in the industry. How we are so discriminated is already bad enough with our hair. I mean, I read some articles. I'm sure you guys are familiar with what's her name? I don't know why I'm going blank.
That's all right.
Gabrielle Union.
Gabrielle.
Yeah. All right, y'all know.
Oh, and that whole situationship.
Yes, situation. So you guys know about how they were talking about she was too ethnic on TV.
Right.
What the heck is
black?
ethnic?
Too black.
What they were saying, her hair was too ethnic, so it needs to look like this, y'all.
That's satiny, silky,
Yeah.
not the
Right.
Yeah. So and it's like,
curvy.
what? Why is someone being discriminated for their hair? What does your hair have to do
Understanding,
with your
sure.
talent?
Absolutely.
You know, what are your thoughts on that? You know, how do we get past those barriers? You know, when we're dealing with hair.
Well, I will just say, unfortunately or fortunately, as a black actor, black activist, when you come into the setting, you have to come as a whole package.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have to come in with your talent, your tone,
Yep.
Because there's a lot of times, they want to put you in
A box.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you don't have these things, then unfortunately you get called a diva, difficult to work with.
Sure.
Is that what a diva is? Difficult to work with?
I don't know. I thought a diva was the first person that came out and sang the big high
That's
note.
what I'm saying.
And killed it, because that's what opera calls a diva.
Because Diana Ross is a super diva.
And I wish.
And I love Diana Ross.
We can go through the list.
Mariah
of all
Carey.
the divas.
But
Even her daughter, Tracy Ellis Ross. I mean,
and so, I mean, what's wrong with
she's
being a
coming
diva? I
to
mean,
them.
there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah.
But they want diva acting. They want diva talent, but they
They
don't
don't want
want
the attitude.
They don't want you to
Back.
say anything
So they
about
want to shut you down.
yeah, my hair. No, it's
Right.
What is this? And like, so back to Gabrielle Union and the show that she was on. Just constantly having little microaggressions being said about how your hair looks, and can we just is it? I will give you, and I'll probably give you a lot of examples of things that were said to me.
Please.
I was in a show. It was a kids show that traveled.
Right.
Okay.
And I was in it with another. Can I name other phenomenal black
Why
actors?
not?
Absolutely.
Cassandra Washington was in this show
Yes.
with me, and we traveled all over Colorado. It was a children's show that we would get up at 4:00 in the morning, go to Boulder, load a van, then drive to schools and do these shows.
Yeah,
which
sure.
it was a phenomenal experience. But during the process, we had our full dress and makeup session, and my note was, "You're just so brown."
Are you?
Oh, wow.
I'm not
fucking
kidding.
kidding me?
I'm not fucking kidding you.
How do you?
You're just brown. Like everything's brown. It's the brown. And I was
Really?
like, well, that's how God made me.
So, I mean, like, what? Oh my
Are you
God.
going up to them and say they're so beige?
No, none of that was going on. So that was like the note that took me out. I was just like,
What?
it's just sound brown.
Well, what did you say? How did
Like,
you?
how
I was like,
okay,
and in theater, you know what they tell you to say on a note? Thank you. So I said thank you. I didn't know what to say to that. I was like, well.
I don't know if I would have followed that note. I think.
I was like, what can I do
I
about
would have
it?
been probably fired.
Well,
I mean, there's so much navigation you can do before
I probably was
they
fired. I was the diva and the one who was most outspoken and had trouble with that company and that individual. But that's all right.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's horrible.
But wow.
You're so brown.
Like, what
that's
can you do with
horrible.
that? How are you going to change that? How am I going to work on that? Like, that's not constructive.
And then on top of it, I was like, do you mean the costume? And the costume,
Yeah.
from what I recall, was like some leopard leggings that I had to provide. And like...
Now, let's talk about that. Why did you have to provide? So I know in almost 90%, and I say 10 because there are some productions that I'm in on stage that, or even films that they might ask you to get your costumes, but most 90% they'll get them. But why did you have to? If they're why do you have to get did they reimburse you for it?
Well, that one, yes. But there
Okay.
have been many times that I walk in and the costumer is like, "Oh, your breast and the hips and or they want to put you in just like a square box."
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't walk in here naked, so there apparently are clothes that fit me.
Yeah.
Of course.
So then
Yeah.
it's their job to have accessibility to those all sizes, because even on film they'll say, "Oh, a thin person," and I'm like, I'm thinking I'm relatively thin. Thin to me is like 7, 8, 9. That's thin, but that's black girl thin.
Well, that's
That ain't
what American
standard thin.
Yeah.
That's like
0 to
4.
Right.
4 is
And
like,
that looks anorexic.
Anorexic.
Yeah.
Pretty much
And
anorexic.
so
Yeah.
you still, I didn't.
And I'm just saying, my ancestry ain't built that way.
It
No.
isn't. So we have to, and it's so funny because what's her, Taraji P. Henson
Yes.
on Empire.
Yeah.
When she came on, they had asked her to lose some weight. They asked her to lose like 10 to 15 pounds, and she said she really defended that because she was like, no, because I'm coming out of prison, so therefore it wouldn't make sense for me to come out really thin. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
And
it's
you
like
ain't eating like vegan noodles
And not in
everything.
prison.
Yeah, you
Not
eating
in
ramen
prison.
noodles. You eating what you can.
yeah,
from
so you're not gonna be
commissary.
all in this perfect shape and healthy.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do we break that mold? And do you think it's even happening? I mean, You know,
Well, I
because
think
there's a lot of
there's-
women, there's a lot of actors that are more natural. They're wearing their natural look.
Well, I will say someone I'm in love with for going forward, especially like on makeup.
Sure.
Alicia Keys, when she's like, you know what?
Yes.
This the freckles, bag, what sag bags, lines. This is
Yeah,
me. This is
that's
how I
me.
look.
Yes.
And I remember there being an outrage on social media and people just talking about how she looked, and I was like, she looks beautiful.
Yeah,
does.
absolutely.
And-
Absolutely.
And we are so used to just like this erasure of what we actually look like, where nobody rolls up out the bed
yeah.
with 20. Well, maybe a lot of
Patty
people
LaBelle
still.
does.
Oh, wow, that's
Wait, she said you ain't gonna never find her without makeup. She said
Okay.
literally this was on the Breakfast Club. She was on the
Wow.
Breakfast Club. She said she had a 4 a.m. flight. Like she had to be at the airport at 4 a.m. And she said she had her makeup artist put her makeup on. She slept in her makeup.
Okay.
And I was like, whoa.
That's funny.
And I was like, that's a diva right there.
Yes,
That's
the diva
funny.
sleep.
But going
My
back
hair.
to the sizeism thing, I remember, and this was years back, but I remember Tyra Banks was all over like People magazine, and they were calling her
Fat.
overweight and fat,
'Cause
and she got to a size 10.
Wait, she had
She was a 10.
She had the audacity
Yes.
to wear that swimming suit.
Yes.
And
And it had like one of my little rolls, and I'm like, yes,
Girl,
I'm
that's
sorry.
not a
I'm
roll.
like,
That's
"Right,
what I'm
it's
saying.
not.
That's
It's
not a
not.
roll.
It's not
It's cute, but it's a
But that's what
donut.
Tyra Banks was doing.
No,
It was
no.
nothing. It
Her
was
body
nothing.
looked perfect.
healthy.
And now everybody's trying to
Healthy.
get the hips and the butts and all
Oh,
that
yeah.
stuff.
No,
But back
not
then,
trying to
yeah.
get it, buying it,
Buying
and
it.
inserting
There
it
you
into
go.
their body. And
Oh,
we,
my
are we
God.
gonna talk about the Kardashians? Are we
Oh,
gonna
God,
get
let's
into-
do that.
You
Let's
can do
do
whatever
that.
you want to do. We
It's
talk about
okay for
hair
her.
and makeup.
For
and
what?
sizing.
Kim Kardashian gets
Ooh.
braids and then sets the
Oh.
standard.
Yes! The box braids.
The box
The
braids.
box
Well, first of
braids.
all, they were cornrows. Let's start
Thank
there.
you. Thank you.
Let's
They're
start with
cornrows.
that you don't even know what you put. And I want to skip back a little bit before we even get
Cultural
into
appropriation.
Yeah,
Yes,
the culture
yes,
vultures.
yes.
You go, and y'all might be too young, so I don't know.
Whatever. I don't know what you're talking about.
I might be the one that's a little older in this
Stop.
But, well, and that's another thing, ageism. You cannot talk
Oh
about
my
your
God.
age.
Ain't that
and,
the truth?
And then they have this
But
whole
you're
thing,
not supposed to. They're not supposed to. You don't have to reveal your age on any
but it's on
application.
every single audition. They ask you for
Yep.
your age range.
Yep.
Age range.
But they do ask you for
But
your
no,
age.
what age range? What they're saying is
Oh,
what
I know. Like,
can you
I can play
from-
30 to 80.
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
that,
yeah.
but then don't forget, they then turn around and ask you for your W-2 where you had to put your birth date on.
Right.
So they know your age.
But they ain't gonna. Hey,
Yeah,
you know what?
And
That has not been a problem for me as of yet.
so let me
Okay.
tell
But
you.
this is
Hold
the
on,
only-
hold on.
oh,
Let me
go
tell
ahead.
you from the other side of the table.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because I've done some production work and directing work
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
I will tell you, ageism for women across the
Oh,
board
God.
is a problem.
Yes.
You will hear this out of men who make these decisions mouths.
Oh my goodness.
Is like, say they're casting, and I'm going to use the show that they love to cast here in Colorado,
What's that?
incorrectly, West Side Story.
Okay.
Oh.
So you can have a West Side Story with 40, 50, and 60-year-old men playing teenage boys. But every last one of the women is kind of like, oh, she's great for the part, but she's 30. I don't know if she can play.
That's not even old anymore.
But they're.
50 ain't even fucking old anymore.
Well,
And I'm
you know
sorry,
what?
and if the counterpart's that age, then what the hell?
Well-
you know,
Oh, wait,
like,
what about
that's
this?
how you're gonna
What about
have
They
this?
want
that.
a 17-year-old or a 16-year-old girl to play
Yeah.
a 17-year-old,
Then they better
and
get
then
a
get a
17-year-old
30-year-old man.
that's
No,
what- yeah.
no.
Oh, but what about
That's
this
where
on
the,
TV?
That's where the
patriarchy.
hypocrisy is.
What about this when you see like a 40-year-old man and he's with a 30-something-year-old woman and they have 16-year-old kids? It's like, when did you have those kids?
Oh, sure.
What you cast in a 30-year-old woman with a 50 or 40-year-old man and y'all have teenagers. When did you have them damn kids? Is that not
So mom was 14.
Yeah, you know, do the math. And I did the math. That was on Empire. I mean, not Empire, but on Power.
Okay, interesting.
Because on her first year, the first season, she turned 30.
Okay.
She turned 30, and Ghost was getting close to 40. And he was like, I don't want to be some 40-year-old gangster. And her kids were like 13, 14. I'm like, how does that
That's what she was
add
saying.
up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how does that add up? Like,
Well,
you know,
don't forget.
Yeah.
Don't forget all of us blacks
But
All
Yeah.
of us black women's, especially.
Yes,
We
especially.
all had our children at 12, 13,
Yeah,
14.
don't forget.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
forget.
So
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
because we're
Yeah.
loose women.
I remember picking.
Y'all
Yeah,
know
I
I'm
remember picking
loose,
my son
loose.
up from school one time, and one lady stopped me like, "Excuse me, how old are you? How old are you?" And I was like, "It's my 30th birthday." She was like, "Oh, okay. I thought you were like 23 or something." And I was like,
And if you
I
are
was like,
an
"No,
adult,
I would have been 11." I didn't have
But
no
you know
damn
what?
babies at
And
11.
here's the thing,
Like,
no shame,
stop
no
that.
shade. That is a truth for a lot of young women. They are young mothers.
Yes.
But what was her business? What was it her
Right?
business?
Why is it your business?
It isn't.
Thank you.
But what about when they
Like, why
also,
is it
you
even
see
your
older
business?
men
Then why are you
with
assuming?
younger women on TV, but now I'm starting to see a lot of older women with the younger men on TV.
That's all right.
I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
hey,
shoot.
Come
Woo!
on. Come on,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. No, and
That's
I mean,
because I think back in the day, like you said, they used to cast, you had your Burt Reynolds and everything, but as soon as a woman got to a certain age, that was it.
Yeah.
And they were thought
Her
to be
career
a
was,
hag
oh, yeah,
and
she's
all
a
of
hag.
that.
Washed up.
And now washed up hag.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now they're seeing us as we are,
So-
and we don't.
well,
An
Dry
interesting
out
thing with
immediately.
hair, when we
Not
get
all
really-
women.
yeah,
Yeah,
with
yeah, I
the
was gonna
hair
say,
is
can we
that
right
yeah, we'll
back.
go back to the
Uh-huh.
hair because this is all relevant. It's
Yes,
still
yes,
relevant. Is that headshots?
Oh, okay.
So when you do your headshots, your face when you come in needs to look like them headshots
Oh yeah.
and your hair.
and your hair.
Mm-hmm.
And so
And I'm sorry, my husband gets a new wife every 6 months or so as far as
do
hair.
you do new headshots?
I do not.
What?
And I know it's
I do
industry-
mine once a year.
It's an industry standard. I probably update mine every 3 years.
Wow.
But I'm known more.
Yeah.
So I think that's the thing is like I'm to the point where I'm like all of y'all have seen my hair
Absolutely.
Yeah.
in different iterations, so
Right.
you just gonna have to deal with. And the thing is, we go back to economics and I'm being loud with my hands.
Okay.
Economics and
That's okay.
economics
This is
and
a dark side.
sustainability
Uh-huh.
and money.
Yes,
First of all,
yes, theater.
if
is
you're
expensive.
not equity or in the union, an average show, and I'm talking about average community theater,
Right.
or even if you work for some of the theaters that are connected to city organizations or
Right.
something,
Right.
it's about $35 a show is a good pay.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's a good pay. Is a $35 a show
Uh-huh.
or a lump sum of $400.
Right.
So now you're telling me once a year with this little bit of money that I've got in, I gotta go see. And I'm not saying photographers shouldn't be paid
Yeah.
what they're worth.
Yeah, yeah.
$200,
No,
$300,
but-
$400
Yeah.
for a setting,
Right.
and that means they're gonna
The
go
hair
in
and the makeup
hair
and
and
all.
makeup, and that's
Yeah.
not counting hair and makeup.
No,
Right.
I know.
And then you walk away with 2-3 finished and retouched headshots.
Well, wait a minute. I got a great photographer, so I know it is expensive because my hairstyle, the hair and makeup artist that I go to, she charged about $250, and then the photographer charged $325. So you are jumping
So,
about
yeah.
$600 for
And
hair and makeup,
that's
and nobody
all-
got
that's all what
nobody
you
got
made in
nobody
your
got money
production.
to be dropping like that every 6 freaking months.
And,
I get them
and
done
if I
once. Yeah.
work 3 to 4 shows a year
Right.
at let's say the top,
You get
the
it.
one show a couple of shows that I've done where I had a living wage, they were so far away.
Yeah.
Where were they?
Well, I don't want to. They were up north. They
Okay.
were
Okay,
at
sure,
northern
sure,
theater
sure.
companies because
Like-
I got some stuff to say.
And you have to devote so much time. and
on
if
the
you
road,
have,
paying tolls,
Yes,
finding
yes.
sometimes places to stay.
So what do
overnight.
you do for
Right.
your headshots? Because I know with the acting coach, and I was like, hey, when she was coaching me last summer, I said, what do you do when I know my hair will look like this, but like say you're in between, like, I get my hair done every 2 weeks, but if you're in between, I wash my hair and I ain't got time to flat iron and all that. What you do? And this is what, what's her name?
Okay. So this one right here
Yeah.
is Vivica.
Vivica.
Okay.
Ooh,
I
Miss
love Vivica.
Fox.
Vivica, I like that.
She's
I like
Fox.
So do you have headshots with Vivica?
I don't have any headshots, but you were saying what would I do? But honestly, I
yeah.
would wear a wig. And honestly, these are extension braid locks that I have on
Okay.
right now,
Okay.
crochet locks.
Nice.
I wear my hair naturally.
Okay.
So normally I don't do my hair, but my latest headshots are my blonde.
Right.
Because I had a wild moment. I was like,
Okay.
I want to be a blonde mohawk.
Yeah,
And I went and got
and
a
it was
blonde
dope,
mohawk.
by the way.
That was
That
very
was
dope.
dope.
Yeah.
And I
It'll
loved
be
it.
in the show.
I remember what
Yeah.
inspired that.
Yeah. Girl, you don't take Whitney off.
I am gonna take Whitney on.
So
too.
you're gonna take Whitney? Whitney's hot. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Well,
They are
Whitney's
hot.
Whitney.
Cute. I felt
But
good
and,
in the
and just so you all know who are watching, these are wigs that I've had to purchase
Yes.
over the years for shows. And this one was for a Motormouth Maybelle.
Uh-huh.
This was Motormouth's at home wig.
I love it.
Oh,
That's
I like
hilarious.
that.
Yeah,
I
and
like
then
that.
and then she had a little afro because it was wash day.
Yes.
So my thing is, what do you do?
The wig story,
'Cause
yeah.
now that your headshot was blonde,
I honestly use that
Mm-hmm.
headshot because, first of all, for me, I don't do film.
okay.
I do mostly live stage.
Yeah.
Right.
And for me, live stage, you need to look like you are adaptable. They can put a wig on
Yeah.
you, and then they can see the person that's standing in front of them.
Yes.
But I kept that headshot because it stands out.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like it.
And that's
Totally.
why. So I'll make sure you get that so you can put it in the
yeah, for
thingamabobber.
sure.
But
Yeah, when you go into film, you definitely have to look.
that's when I think you have to be.
You have to look like your headshot. And I was like, well, what do I do if I'm in between? She was like, you better look like that headshot.
Yeah.
You know, like,
And-
and I said, what, you know, and even, you know, like she said, because she wears wigs. And she was like, when I go on set, because she's a TV, she's on like,
television and film.
Yeah, she's
and
on
even
television. She's like
modeling. Yeah,
they, you know,
sure.
she said she comes with her own base on because 9 times out of 10 a makeup artist
we gonna
doesn't
get
have.
there. We gonna get there.
Isn't it
We
terrible?
gonna get there.
Trust me, I've met one white person who can actually do blackface.
I did. Wait, no, blackface.
I'm sorry, bad choice of words.
I'm a, ooh.
A black woman's face, women
Okay.
of color.
There we
Okay,
go.
all right. Sorry.
No,
Don't crucify me!
that should be edited out.
I'm not gonna edit it out. Hey, I'm not gonna edit it out, but
No,
we don't want to say blackface.
I went to one commercial I did. I did a commercial down in the spring.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I got all my makeup, and the lady said, no, I got you. And I was like, oh.
If you
And I got
that-
scared, and she's like, "No, seriously, I
got
do.
you.
I'm a makeup artist."
Yeah.
And she pulls out like her
Everything,
kit.
yeah.
And when I saw her kit, I was like,
Okay.
She
"You got everybody!"
I was on my seatbelt.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I know a lot of black makeup artists, and here's the nice twist.
Right.
Conversely, on this is as a black makeup artist, you are expected to take care of everybody, white, Asian,
Yes, you are.
biracial,
Yes, you are.
and the darkest of dark. Whereas a white makeup artist can come in and say,
I don't know what to do.
I can't keep that.
We're
in
gonna
my
hold
mouth."
that thought, and we're gonna come back right after this word. Thank you. And we're back. Thank you so much. We were talking about hair and makeup and sizeism. And Lisa, you were talking about black makeup artists. Talk about that.
Yeah, so where a black makeup artist has to invest more money into having more colors, that's not an industry standard for white makeup artists.
Right.
Because they can use the excuse of, well, I don't do that many black folks, and so this was my little example of a theater company had bought this beautiful chocolate, and there's nothing wrong with the color. I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
saying.
beautiful.
But on my face, this is more like a contour color.
Right.
'cause it was really dark, and then this was the lightest color that was provided to me. Everything else was even darker. And I was like, I'm just going to bring my own makeup because even on stage, this is not going to
Yeah.
be correct.
Yeah.
So
You have to these days.
you have
You have to
these
have
days,
your
yeah.
own base at least.
your own foundation.
Yep.
I always have my own foundation on stage or on film.
Yeah.
Always. Mhm.
And let's not talk about lights and
Right.
color change.
I had someone who was working on a scene for me, and they were just like, "Oh, we gotta get the light. We just gotta get this light because you know
Yeah.
I'm a dark-skinned woman, and
Yep.
I get it."
Yep.
Or if you're too bright, and then you get washed out. So
Or you get that white ghostly
Yep.
thing that's
Yep.
going on because
Yep.
there's too
Yep.
much
Yep.
talcum and mica
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
foundation that they
Right.
found, and it's. But back to that commercial that I shot,
Mhm.
and on top of it, this woman had like the airbrush.
Oh,
Okay,
I've
so
done that. I've had
she
that
did
done
the
before.
airbrush, and I was like,
Okay,
"You
nice.
about the business."
Now that's
Yeah.
a
But she's a
professional.
rarity.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's the thing is, she's
I've
a
had
rarity.
a makeup
That's
artist
real
do airbrush.
professional.
That's a really interesting. I was like, I need that.
And you know,
split, yeah.
I wanna circle back to hair because we kind of.
No, we're still on hair, makeup.
Yeah, no, we
yeah.
talked
Yeah.
in circles, and that's
Yeah.
fine. As long as we get to where we go.
Yeah.
So, I recall, and I was talking about being older. I recall Bo Derek.
Okay.
Yes, and
Yeah.
she said that. Yeah.
With her,
Inten-
yes. with
Yes.
her-
And this is when I was a little girl
I
living
was
in New
too.
York,
Beaded
and
braids,
this
yes.
is before the Serena and
She did the Rick James
Venus
braids.
came out. Well, Stevie Wonder.
Yes, Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder,
But,
yes,
this was before
yes.
they came out. But living in New York, and this is the fight to power age. My mom and dad had daishikis. My brother was named Kamani. You know, we were,
Yes,
we were learning about the
yes.
Yoruba, and we were learning about all of our people and
You
everything.
know about
I
the
love it.
Yoruba.
Girl,
You
what you
know-
going on? But here comes Bo Derek, and I remember seeing this white woman running down the beach with these braids and beads, and I was like,
Why is it okay for them to wear it and then it's acceptable, but when we doing what we
it's
naturally
novel
do,
and beautiful, and they can go to
Oh,
work
sure.
like that, and
Yeah.
they're being professional. Don't forget Marc Jacobs and the fashion show where
Oh,
he
sure.
had Bantu knots and called them mini buns.
Yes.
Let's
yes,
not go on
yes,
of
yes,
just
yes.
like the cultural appropriation
Right.
and then not know what we're doing. I was headed to Kim Kardashian and this whole thing of how it's okay for them to wear what is culturally ours. What first of all, my mom used to braid my hair so my hair wouldn't have to be done all week through
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
Sure.
And then I recall like somebody saying, this is, people, and just stop talking about things you have no clue about.
Right.
It's like, why do you have those things in your hair and those beads in your hair? I was like, I don't know, it's the style, and
Yeah,
right.
it's
Yeah,
pretty, and I like it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know. It even makes me think about flat irons. Like
Flat
the
irons.
fact that most white women do not need a flat iron. Your hair is already pretty thin, and they'll still put extreme heat. And I know a couple where it's like, you're going too far. But it's almost like what we do becomes what everybody needs to do.
Yeah.
Because I use a flat iron. I don't know if you do. Do you use
Yeah, I get my
yeah,
hair flat
absolutely.
ironed. Yeah, I get
And,
my hair flat ironed, but
that's
I
all
think-
that I need to do, really, to straighten my hair.
Well, I
but
mean-
that's my coarseness. And not that not everybody has it, but have you ever worked with really fine hair? Like, you can't do anything. I had fine hair where I couldn't even put it in a ponytail. I was like, what is this? And then I'm thinking, you're using a flat iron? You don't need that. Like, but it's almost like...
and I think flat irons, and I could be wrong because I'm not a hairstylist, but I
Yeah.
think the purpose of flat irons is to remove curls and waves, which
Yes.
I know white women have.
Yeah.
Some do,
You
some
know,
do,
yeah.
absolutely.
But
Yes, some do. but
my
not all.
thing is what we do to match them is the chemicals.
Oh,
See, I don't do
that's the
chemicals.
worst
No,
thing.
I haven't done
did.
chemicals.
I
in
haven't
almost
done
20 years.
Mine's has been
I
like
did.
25 years. I don't do relaxers. I don't do perms.
I did.
The only thing I put in my hair is dye because I got some
I
gray
will
hair.
do color. And
I
I
started
do color. That's all I do.
And I
color.
will bleach out to a blonde. 'cause
Yeah.
I like having fun with my hair because my hair
Your
is
hair is
necessity.
fun.
And
It's
Yeah.
You're
you
glory.
know, it's a style. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
yes.
but
Yes.
no, I'm just going back to being a young kid, wearing my cornrows and being proud and have my afro puffs and remembering that switch in my head to the pressing curl and the pressing
Yes.
comb in the jar
Yes.
and then
And
trying
then
to have my
chemical.
hair straightened
Yes.
to the bone.
Yes.
Did
I
you
had,
ever watch Sine Lathan's Napoli Ever After?
Oh, and girl, when she shaved her head.
She
I
was
was like,
free.
yes, mom.
Yes, she wouldn't even go in the pool. She wouldn't even go in the pool because her mom put so much stress of having this glorified hair because we're
That's
trying
how
to
it was for a long
emulate.
time.
emulate them when we have our own culture. They're trying to be like
I don't know
us.
how many black women are unhealthy because I can't work out. I can't sweat out my perm.
Right,
I be in the gym
press.
every day.
Yeah.
Shoot, I got some buckshots going on right now.
Hey, that kitchen keeps stuff delicious. But and I think that's the switch that has happened is that we have claimed and owned the beauty in our natural hair.
Yes.
And now what pisses me off is that you'll have a white woman wear Bantu knots or wear cornrows and call them the wrong box braids and things like that. Or
how do you feel about white people wearing locks and dreads and stuff?
so here's where I'm gonna go with that.
No.
Because culturally,
It's like, ooh.
Irish people back in the hood, in the hills.
Yeah, when they were all dirty, they had
were dirty
them
and they wore
dreadlocks
locks.
too.
I think,
Yeah,
but
they
you
sure
know,
did.
but I do believe if you wearing your locks and you're like boom baka the ball, and it's like now you've been gone too far, you know, or Rastafari.
As long as they're not trying to code switch and try to be something.
and
themselves,
that's not who you are.
Yeah.
But like I said, I do believe locks is one of those things that
That's-
culturally, if you go back far enough,
It's
we all were
universal.
locking
Yeah.
because we ain't had combs and time.
Yes,
we was
yes.
running from dinosaurs.
Sure,
But I don't think we lived the same time as dinosaurs. We were running from saber-toothed tigers and bears and things like that. So everybody
Oh my.
That's it.
Okay, high five you to COVID world. Dang it. Oh my
Yes!
Welcome
We'll do
to
it,
our
Erica. And by the way, we are definitely doing social distancing.
Yes.
We took our temperatures
Temperature,
before,
washed
washed
hands,
hands, you know. So
Came in with our masks.
yeah, so just
But
so you know.
yeah, and I've been home since March 11th. Basically, I haven't been
Sure.
out of my house. This is probably like 10th, 11th time I've been out of my house since March.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the whole thing with it's okay and it's novel and brave for them to wear our hair, but then if I walk in, it's like, oh, you just what? You have no respect for this office, and you know
That's so funny because my neighbor, and she has this beautiful curly hair. She always wears her hair curly, and I love it. And one day I seen her. I've been here for 2 years. The first time I seen her hair straight, like flat, I was like, "What? You went straight? You went straight on me?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm going for a job interview." And I'm like, "What the?" I went to a job interview, and I'm not lying, with my Afro puff, and I booked the job.
Sure.
I mean, so I don't understand, why do we feel like we need to flat iron our hair to get a job if it's healthy hair?
Actors, and we are able to, and that's two different things, corporate world versus
I'm talking about
theater.
corporate too.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, I could walk out this room and give me 10 minutes and you'll have a new woman come in, and that's like black girl magic. Right?
Yeah.
So
I
don't understand though this line of, you know, it is okay for us to share. We're always sharing and giving, right? And that's
Sharing
Sandra.
what?
Right.
Our culture, yeah, and
Do we really get to share it though?
I
Or
don't
do
think
they
so.
take it?
and
I mean,
I'm
I
with
just
her.
feel
I was
like
being
they
kind.
take
I was
nothing.
being
I don't
kind.
feel
You're right.
like-
I don't think we sharing nothing. I think they decide,
I
okay,
mean-
if this white woman could wear box braids, or well, I want to say counterparts, who wear box braids. Thank you for that word she gave me. I'm trying not to. I don't want him to think I'm like, you know.
I hate white people. Not
No,
true.
that's not true.
Right.
No, not true. But anyway, our
I would like
counterparts-
to say this.
What?
I have a lot of white friends.
I have
Oh,
so many white
I have
friends.
And my
My
family
white
is
friends-
so integrated. My brothers are all married to white women, and so is my dad. My mom's married to a white man. So I love white people.
So yeah, no, I'm just saying that you know nothing about this is for some reason when we bring up stop taking our shit, because I did say share, but stop taking it,
Yeah.
and then it's okay when you have it. It's beautiful and novel and,
I mean-
and respected. But
Yeah, because if you think about it, I mean, they've taken everything from us because this country wouldn't be shit without black people.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have jazz.
Yep.
They wouldn't have rock and roll. They
The
wouldn't have rap
buildings,
music.
the
You know what I'm
roads.
saying?
They wouldn't have
All of it.
country.
All of it. And at the end of the day, black women and black men convey a certain toughness and dexterity and kind of thing. And I think that's what they're trying to appropriate from their privileged environment. Oh, wait, but look at me. I can be hood too. But it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Stop taking from us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
really,
they can
because
be
that's
hood.
what it comes to.
They
And
can't
it's
be
not
hood.
trying to be,
no.
and it
Not
ain't
yet
really
to be
being
a counterpart to
hood,
be
right?
hood.
But it even goes into like white kids and like crazy drug abuse and shit like that,
Well,
you know. So
okay.
like, but
That's-
we're going to a crazy other subject.
Yeah.
So
No,
I'll
you're
bring
gonna
it
talk
back,
about
but,
like
you
if
know,
they're on
like-
drugs, it's a mental problem that
Yes.
they need help with. But
Yes.
if we on drugs, then that means we got to go to jail and pay for this
Thank
crime
you.
that we've committed.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
but
So
and,
that's a
we-
whole
and
other
that's a
topic.
whole
Yeah,
nother
exactly.
topic
Whole
we'll
other
definitely
subject.
cover.
Whole other
But right
subject.
now we talking about hair, makeup, and sizeism. That's where we gonna stick
Yes.
around
Yeah.
at. Yeah.
Thank you for bringing it back.
But so
Or I
back
can
to did you all see that photo shoot that Kim Kardashian did and like people were like
Which one?
the one where she's laying on the bed and like black. She looked like
Oh
a
my
black
God.
woman. She looked like
You know what? I don't
And
follow
there was
her
one
like
with
I
I don't
don't
either.
I don't follow
either. It
her
just
like
came up in
that.
my thread and I was like, who's this beautiful sister? Oh, that's Kim Kardashian. And it was just like the tone of her makeup, and then her camp said it was the lighting.
Here's
I'm
my
like,
thing. I don't care that they want to be like us. What
Who
I
wouldn't?
care,
Who wouldn't? Have you seen us?
yeah, I don't care that they want to be like us. What I care about is the fact that when we are authentically ourselves,
Then it's
they
a
have
problem.
then
We
it's a
get
problem.
rejected.
We get this is not professional. I literally, it was like last year, seeing a YouTube video that a young adult girl said that her boss sent her home because her braids were not professional. And they had a problem with it. And I'm like, why would that not be professional? She
And
said,
let's not go into
she
the
basically
let's-
lost her job
Let's
for
talk
that.
about in a
the
COVID
schools?
world. In a COVID world, we can go back to that. But
Yeah.
let's talk about in the COVID world. Marseille Martin, are we? Yeah, Marseille Martin. Do you remember that?
No, tell me about it. I'm
Just
sorry.
for the BET Awards.
Okay.
Okay, she
and-
presented an award.
Okay, you know what? I'm sorry, I ain't been watching award shows like that.
Well, I only caught the.
I don't even watch the Oscars anymore. I'm just like so
Well,
disconnected from that.
it was.
I look at the highlights, like who won and what they won for, and see the movies, and then I go back and watch
Well, Marseille is what 16.
it.
Okay.
What did he do?
Her.
What did she do?
So Marseille
Sorry,
is
my bad.
the one of the twins on Blackish.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I know.
Marseille
Okay,
Martin,
yeah.
Who
Okay.
is always they
She's
did that
so
whole
fu-
Yes,
that whole
she's
so good.
fire.
episode
Yes.
on hair when
Yes,
she's
I know
like,
who
don't
she
know
is
what I
now.
wanna do. Yeah.
Yes.
So Marseille had this beautiful. I want to say I
Okay.
don't know what it was blonde.
Uh-huh.
And it was us because it was Black Twitter and the thing that Black Twitter do.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
They're just like, oh, her hair looks like this, that, and other. And I was like, look, this is a kid. This
Right?
is a 15-year-old child who's just having fun
She's
and living in
creative.
living in a COVID world
Yeah.
where we can't just up and jump and go get our hair and makeup done like you normally would, right? And I'm like, why are you bothering this child? And then the funny thing about it is she pulls out this money and she's all like, oh, you were talking about my hair.
Go for you, girl.
Yes, and I was like, that
That's
is
funny.
the answer.
That,
is the
you know,
answer.
and we gotta be like that. We gotta just like let that shit roll off our backs,
Yep.
you know, and go for
Yep.
our coins in our bags, because
That's
no
right.
matter what we do, they're gonna want to be like us. They're gonna still steal from us. They're gonna try. I mean, we just have to be creative to keep it from.
Well, we gotta stop tearing each other down.
exactly
Because
That's
that's,
right.
the
That's
next
the
thing is
biggest
this
thing,
whole
yes.
thing about identity and what you
Yes.
look like, and if you're black enough, white
Thank
enough,
you.
or somewhere in the middle. You know, if your hair is nappy while you out. I remember being
What the
little.
fuck is nappy? And I hate that word. What the fuck is nappy? You just have a more coarser hair.
Do you not like kinky either?
I think I mean, it might be curly. Super,
So
super curly.
nap.
I
I know
prefer my
what it
hair
is.
is kinky.
I'm
No.
I'm just
Leave me
saying.
alone, Ladios. So I
Why
remember
is it
growing
gotta
up.
be nappy?
And this is the thing. This goes back to again the person curling and a person combing person combing a jar, right? I remember growing up thinking I was probably the color of my shirt, and this is colorism, so that's a whole
Yeah.
nother
Yeah.
ride and party. But I remember thinking I was the color of my shirt, and I remember thinking because they would always be like, your hair's so bad, you got such bad hair.
Why does hair have a moral quality? That is so
Look,
stupid.
all good, healthy hair is good hair.
That's
Your
what I'm
hair-
saying.
Ask a
Healthy
bald
hair.
man. Ask a
Yeah.
bald
They got
man.
Healthy
alopecia.
hair.
I'll take all of them.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Alopecia issues.
yeah, and I'm like, I love my. You can't see it under these.
You know what?
But,
Are those locks?
uh-huh.
I cannot, for the life of me, lock my hair. I've tried it 5
Oh
different
no,
times.
you should, but you.
I can't lock my. I always wanted to lock
these
it.
are crochets.
I can't do that.
So
either.
my hair is not locked.
Okay.
My hair is twisted or braided and then crocheted into
it. Okay.
In
Yeah.
fact, here,
Yeah,
here go a
I
piece,
like that.
Here go a piece of my blonde still hanging out.
Okay.
Okay,
There we
cool,
go.
cool.
See, all right, we talking about hair. So
Okay, we talking about hair. All right.
So
right
this
on.
is crocheted onto my hair, and then my hair is hidden in
Inside.
there.
Mhm.
But that's COVID. COVID did that to my
Yeah.
hair,
That's
which I'm
good,
glad I did
yeah.
have my hair braided because I probably couldn't come here today.
No, you be wearing one of your girls.
Yeah, I would want
One of your girls. You be wearing one
Where's
of your
Miss
girls.
Helen?
There you
Let
go.
me see Miss Helen.
Let's bring Miss Helen
Let's
out.
talk about Miss Helen.
So Miss
there you
Helen is
go.
when I have to be older than myself.
There you go. There
She
you
ain't
go.
that
Yes.
old. Don't let her fool you. Miss Helen.
Black don't crack, and ain't that a fact?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So Miss Helen has been.
Go, Miss
seen-
Helen.
There
She
you
look like she
go.
went to church. Did you go to
She
church?
was the church
Go
lady.
to church, lady. Go, Miss Helen.
Sure.
Miss Helen. Where I go sit? What pew can I sit in,
I'm
Miss
gonna put
Helen?
my one glove on and point it
There
out.
you go.
Oh,
There
But
you
you're
go.
gonna be quiet right now because the castle of talk. And here we go.
Go get, don't get hot. You need some.
No, that's all the combs and clips in there to keep it in your hair.
Lord.
But yeah,
But you were
just-
talking about the color. I mean, you thought you were black. as
yeah, I
fuck.
thought it was black as my shirt. I thought my hair was that nappy because, and the other thing is I'm
Explain to the viewers what nappy is, because some of the viewers
really
may
tightly,
not look like us.
coily, tightly curled hair.
Yeah,
Is what we get nap from. It's, nap.
it's just really
Um,
tight.
Yeah,
Just tight
like when you
curls.
think of the nap of a carpet, or it comes from. I'm not kidding. And I wanted to get into all of the. I wanted to get into all of the historical stuff, like how
Yeah.
black women used to have to tie up our hair. Our hair wasn't. It was illegal in
That's
some
right.
states for
Our
us to
hair
even
was
wear your
beautiful.
hair.
Absolutely.
Are you serious?
Yes,
Kids-
especially
Wow.
in New Orleans.
And my family's
and
from
to
Louisiana.
dec- yes,
Yeah, my family is from
absolutely.
Louisiana.
Oh my
And-
goodness.
And
women
that
were
was that whole
beautiful
thing of we
and long
couldn't be
hair.
attractive to white men.
That's right.
But they was attracted
Because
to
they
us.
were
But
so
it didn't matter what you look
They
like.
could have had a potato sack on, and they still was
They,
attracted to
they
us.
did have a potato sack.
That's right. That's what they were
Our
allowed to
ancestors
wear.
did
That's all that they
wear
were
a
aware.
potato
That's
sack
all that
and-
they were allowed to wear.
And, had
Wow,
to
that's some
Yeah.
educational piece for me,
That's
because I
true.
really did not know that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, being a Muslim, I know, we're
That's
supposed
true.
to cover our hair for our adornment and everything, but I had no
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
that was a part of our culture.
Here's a part
Oh,
of
yeah.
our culture
Yeah,
is
wear
that
turban.
black
Mhm.
women have to have their hair wrapped up when they went out because
Yep.
it was a distraction on the streets.
Absolutely. Could not adorn your hair. Could not wear
Why
anything
didn't white
adorning or with
women
color.
wear their hair
Well,
wrapped
don't.
up?
Oh,
Because
if
white
we get
women
into,
were,
if we get into
yeah,
all
we
the
can't get
things
into
that,
that.
all the people that have been killed for white women and,
Yeah.
and all
Let's
the
not-
rules.
I mean,
But
Let's
that's
not
not
on this
So
what
much
show.
of it goes
Yeah.
to slave law, and number one was white women were any child coming from a white woman was a free baby, regardless of color. So
Well,
that's why.
first of
so
all,
that's a big reason
wasn't no
why
white
they
women
were so-
having no black babies, and if they
Are
did,
you
their
sure?
navels were untied and they were killed
Sometimes,
before.
yes.
No, not sometimes. You're talking
Well,
about you go
White
back to
women
slavery.
did have
They
black
did have
babies,
black
because they
babies.
slept with
They
the
did.
slaves
They
behind
No,
did.
their
I
husbands'
said they
back.
didn't live.
Yeah, they often
That's
were.
true.
Some of them
They
probably
often
did.
were, but there were
I
times.
bet there was.
It was
Yeah.
200
You need to watch the
years.
movie Mandingo.
There were 200
You ever watch
years.
that movie?
A long
So,
time ago.
Yeah.
But that would be a
200
nice
years,
throwback
so.
to review, like a nice throwback, because we do movie reviews,
That
so
would
do
be
a
good.
nice throwback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You watch
Yeah,
Mandingo
yeah.
and watch when the baby was born.
Oh, yeah.
They untied the baby's navel and let the baby die.
Oh, sure,
And then
sure.
they killed the black man.
Sure.
And they gave mama some.
There's,
They poisoned her and let her die.
So they killed her too, huh?
Everybody had to die because the white man was like, "What? Wait,
Sure.
you had sex with a white woman?
You are tainted.
But wait, while he had a whole other one
Plethora.
black
Babies
yeah.
and
Yeah.
mistresses and
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And in fact, the
But
white
yes.
woman, he wasn't sleeping with her because he was too busy sleeping with the black woman. And that's how she.
What say
I
you?
found Mandingo.
What say you about us
Uh-huh,
beautiful black women? We come in all sizes and shades, and we're beautiful.
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 Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's a great
Can I do a
joke.
shout out to my shirt?
Yes,
Please.
give us a shout
Thank
out.
you.
All right.
Yes.
So, in Black Lives Matter and where we are, Sandra Bland is woefully unspoken about, I feel.
Yes, she is.
And this shirt I did get, it's our young brother, Jordan Hancock. His mother is the phenomenal Mary
Yes.
Louise Lee.
Yes. Yes.
And this
Beautiful.
is his business. It's called I Am Black Currency.
Okay,
Nice.
nice.
And
nice.
they have IamBlackCurrency.com.
Okay.
And they have a beautiful array of shirts. And I saw her with this on last night. And I was like, because for Black Tuesday, I had bought some shirts and they hadn't gotten here yet. Thank you, COVID, and everything being slow.
Yeah.
But she said, I've got some shirts. I was like, I need a shirt. I'm doing
A show.
Actors from the Dark Side tomorrow. And I need this. And I was able to pick this up. But one thing is, I just want to lift her name and her spirit right now
Yes.
because once again, as Black women, we're not seen.
Right?
We're really not.
Even in death,
Yeah.
she was murdered.
That's
Yeah.
true. She
Breonna
was.
Taylor, we have to keep reminding
Yes.
people to say their names
Yeah.
too,
Yes.
say her name too. So
Yes.
I just wanted to take a moment and talk about Sandra and the fact that she was an activist and
she was.
She was.
she did everything she was asked to do and still had to lose her life.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In a right now it's like she took her life, but
No, we know.
Yes.
We know what happened.
Yeah,
So,
they
that's
did.
all.
And while you're giving shouts out, so my wig, this is exciting because right up this street on 32nd and Downing, they opened up a black-owned hair shop.
What?
Nice.
Hair supply, and it's owned, and it was so great because I talked to the guy. His name is Aaron and Tisha. So he says,
Okay.
my girl, she owns the store. She's black. And I said, because I said, is this a black-owned store? He said, yes. He goes, she owns it. He goes, and well, we both do. And he goes, but I'm Hispanic. And I said, well, I'm promoting because we all about the black and brown. So it's
very
called
nice.
303 Hair and Supply. They're on 3280 North Downing, Suite A, right on the corner. And goodness, this hair. Anyway,
I told you. I took it
I
off.
wear these every day. Oh my god! I probably will get this cut
think
down
you get
into a
used to it.
bob. I like bobs. I like
No,
smooth bobs.
keep it. You'll need it. For
You
something.
you think so? Okay. Anyway, they're on August 8th. They are having a grand opening, a soft grand opening for their
nice.
shop. They're gonna have hot dogs and hamburgers, and they're going to be doing this from 12 to 6. I told them I was going to blast it out, and they said they were going to go on our channel for Actors from DarkSide,
Yeah,
and
we
I said you better
hair supply.
give us a thumbs up and start
Hair
subscribing. He said
supply.
yes.
Nice.
So just want to let you know, new black-owned hair shop in the neighborhood.
Wonderful.
So yeah,
Because that's difficult to find in Colorado.
Yes, it is.
I think there's one other in Montbello.
That's right.
yes, and I always had to go all the way to
All
Montbello,
the way.
but it's nice because I haven't seen a black-owned hair shop in the neighborhood in a while.
That's wonderful.
So
Yay.
we want to definitely support black businesses and everything. And so any shouts out you want to do today?
Not today,
Not
but
today.
yeah, that's been great.
Cool,
So,
cool.
mhm.
So how we doing on time? All right, we got
Did that mean wrap it up?
we
I
got a
can't
few
see.
minutes.
Keep
You got a
going,
few-
keep going.
Okay, cool. We got a few
okay.
minutes. Okay. So any other thoughts about hair, makeup, and our challenges? I know there's a list of people I gave you that in
Yes.
entertainment who like promote natural hair, like Insecure Issa Rae.
Issa Rae!
Issa Rae,
Thank you,
yeah.
Lord, for Issa Rae.
That's
She's
the
so
truth.
beautiful.
That is a beautiful.
Wait, another one. I'm rooting for everybody black.
That's
Yeah.
exactly.
The quote of the year, right?
I was like, who is this woman?
Yes.
And that's when I was
Right.
hooked. I was like,
Yeah.
yes, me too.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Brandy.
Brandy always wore braids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
Alicia
Mhm.
Keys.
Yep,
Alicia
yeah.
Keys, all natural
Natural.
makeup. I put Iverson in because he was the first black basketball player to wear, to change that.
Wear
he
the
wore
braids? No.
Braids. He wore the braids.
I was
He
gonna
wore the
say, don't forget Dennis Rodman did whatever the hell he wanted.
I
to
love
do.
Dennis Rodman just
If he
because
wanted
he
to be
was
pink
free.
one day, blonde the
Yes.
next day,
Yes.
shave it all off, mohawk, whatever.
Mhm.
Dennis was like, whatever, I'm gonna do me.
Yes.
Because y'all can't beat me at this basketball.
And there was a time when you couldn't have long hair as a football player,
Or, yeah.
or any type of sports. So they broke that
Yeah.
mode. Lupito Nyong'o, did I say that right?
Lupita.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh!
Love her.
Oh,
She's
wait.
so
You
beautiful.
just said her and you just made me think of something. Can I
Okay.
please just talk about this?
Okay,
real
let's
quick?
talk about it. If we running down on time, we'll go back.
Yeah, you can cut it if
We
you
got
need
5
to.
minutes.
But,
Okay, cool.
but I want to talk about the show Oh my gosh. Because Hollywood, y'all got money. Y'all got money to do better. I meant to bring this up. All of the wigs. Tyler Perry is one hot mess with all of his shows in the wigs. I'm going to talk about him in just a second. But The Walking Dead.
Okay.
What about The Walking Dead?
I don't watch it.
Oh my
I've
God.
watched it. What about it? What about it?
Every last one of them wigs is horrible. Michonne's wig is a hot mess. And they have to put that headband on her so you don't see where it don't blend. And
that goes back to the challenges of finding someone who can deal with
they
black
had one
hair.
dude, what was his name? I think Corey Hawkins is the actor that played him.
Yeah.
And he had this, it looked like, it wasn't, I don't know. And then he had this little tiny baby little rat ponytail at the back. And I was like, y'all got money, Hollywood. Y'all can do better than that.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go back to my boy.
Where are they putting their money?
Sorry. Not in our pockets.
I was
That's the
gonna say,
thing I'm
in
sure.
certain
Not in
people's
our
pockets.
pockets because we still
But I'm
are
like,
living.
these are regular and featured characters on your
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Why do that? Why does their hair look so bad?
And that's
and
something
it's because
that
they
need.
don't hire.
Yeah, they need some inclusion and diversity. They need some training on, making us look good, not just. I mean, even back in the day with makeup, look, we've come a long way because there used to
Whatever.
not be
There was
makeup
always
for us.
Flory Robbins and Essence and all. They had options. They just chose not to use them. I would talk about when I was in high school, and I was like the only black kid in theater. They brought out the Ben Nye. Everybody could find a match. My teacher was up in there like mixing orange and dark brown and yellow and trying to make. And it's not that Ben Nye didn't have it. It was just the fact that the schools
Didn't go purchase
Yeah,
it.
didn't purchase
And
it.
that, but I'm saying when I say we come a long way, I'm talking about early 20s all the way. It's been a while.